ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You know what? This actually might be an all ages show. I probably don't have to label this one mature. Welcome to another episode of Some Random. I am your host, Sriracha Flash, and today I have with me the beautiful, the wonderful, talented musician, streamer, artist. I think he paints. He might also do some voice acting work. Professional gem polisher. I don't know. He does a whole bunch of stuff. My friend, the beautiful, the wonderful Brian Jeske. Brian, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
You know, just living the dream, trying to get by. Not special. Quick disclosure. This is another episode of what I am calling the Some Casual series, where I have people from outside of the FGC kind of give their perspective on how they see fighting games, the events surrounding them, their interest in fighting games, what game developers do and what fighting games do to draw them in or at least get them to play them in the first place. All kinds of that kind of stuff. If you've listened to our episodes before, we had Rick Gilmore on here before, Ryan Hacker, my brother Patrick. We've gone through a list of guests for the casual series, and I feel like Brian, being the professional that he is, would be an excellent guest to have on. So here he is. Anyways, Brian, I've given a list of all the things that you do, but why don't you tell the people, who the hell are you?
Well, first and foremost, I'm definitely not a painter. Maybe finger painting at my best, but even then, that might be pushing it. My real name is Brian. Screen name is Buford. I am a husband, and I work a normal job. I'm an engineering technician.
Ooh.
I do some extra work on the side as a guitarist and singer-songwriter kind of thing in my spare time, which is super enjoyable. And also in my spare time, I'm a sports enthusiast, and I love video games.
Perfect guest to have on. Oh man, hey, you know what? I know it just sounds like, I don't know, like I guessed you up, but I don't know, there are a bunch of things that you do, which is why I always find you enjoyable to have around and to talk with. And like I said, I think you'd be an excellent guest for this. And on top of this, after we get through the fighting game questions, I've always wanted to talk sports with you. So just so everyone knows, the second half of this probably end up being like football shit. So
real quick,
yeah.
Do you realize, like, going back, like, I don't know, what's it been?
8 years.
How long have we known each other? Like 8 years?
No, we've known each other for
9 years, 10 years?
10 years.
Like 8 years ago,
Yeah.
we had a dream.
Uh-huh.
And in that dream, we talked about starting a podcast where we talk about sports and a bunch of other whatever,
Oh, yeah.
It's refreshing and nice to see that at least one of us has lived up to the dream height and started their podcast. So I've enjoyed listening to every episode so far.
Oh, thank you.
I've listened to everyone. It gives me something great to listen to at work. So
I appreciate it.
I'm happy to be here and happy to be a part of it.
Well, I'm happy to have a fan on the show. Yeah, I mean, it just started, like I told the story before, but one day I'd been working on it for a while, and I decided, like, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I'm just gonna drop everything that I'm doing. I'm just gonna get a friend on. At that point, it was Yango, who I invited first, because I've known him, and I thought he was a good guy to start talking fighting games with, stuff like that, and really introduce him to the rest of the community. People give him a chance, stuff like that. And we just did it, just turned on the microphones, and at that point, I really didn't know how to do this, and to be honest, I still don't really know how, but we're working our way through. We're getting better. We're trying. But anyways, I don't know, a quick aside, if there's something that you want to do, try the best that you can to plan for it, but if I'm being honest, if you want to do something, just do it. Don't wait around for the opportunity to come. Just make the opportunity and start doing what you want to do. Because it's not going to plop into your lap if you sit there and wait for it.
Absolutely.
Anyways, all right. So we've gotten into who the hell are you, but the reason you're on the show is to talk fighting games. So how much experience and how much time do you have spent playing fighting games?
All right. So I remember the first fighting game I ever played.
Okay.
And that was probably, I don't know, I was in middle school at some point. And we had some family members that had a vacation cottage up here in our hometown. And they would come up, and I remember one year specifically, they brought up their N64 with a copy of Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
And that was the first fighting game I ever played. And we played it for like one weekend, and that was it. And I remember I picked Samus, of course.
Obvious choice. The best. The best character. Well,
So we did that. And then I remember a couple years later, we went down and stayed with them for like 2 weeks out of the summer. And they had a GameCube at home, and they had Smash Brothers Melee. And I think we literally played that for 2 weeks straight, all day, every day. We take like an hour break for lunch and then get right back at it. We would just spam the same match type, high intensity Pokeball item only, Hyrule Temple. Let's do this.
The classic. The classic.
Oh yeah.
That's, I think, when a lot of people first start Melee, especially when you're kids, that's like one of the first matches you do is like Pokeballs only on the biggest stage you can. So at that point it was Hyrule Castle. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, those were good times.
We'd either do that or Cornelia or the Star Fox one that's just you're on the ship and
okay. Yeah.
That's it.
Cornelia,
that's it.
I only have to correct you because I know that there are Smash listeners that listen. Because they've gone after me a couple times for calling Smash not a fighting game. And I just have to let them know that I do know my Star Fox lore, and it's Cornelia. Don't worry, I got you guys' back.
I accept it because I don't. So, and then after that, I think a friend of ours got Soul Calibur 2 on PlayStation, and pretty much every time we would go out there, as a group, we would go out, and that's where we would have our hunting camp. And while the adults were out drinking and partying and having a good time, the kids would go in and beat the piss out of each other in a fighting game inside.
Oh man.
And honestly, other than that, I don't really have a lot of experience in fighting games. I don't think it's really ever been my thing. But I always enjoy playing, like if we get a group of people together and we play Smash, this is like probably like the ultimate casual claim to fame for a fighting game player, but just play Smash Bros. I know, I think I played you one match in Street Fighter, and I'm pretty sure you had a blindfold on and you used one hand, and you still beat the piss out of me. So,
I can't confirm or deny these claims. I don't want to throw that out there for the.
I can confirm it right now. I remember like it was yesterday. That's fine. I'm pretty sure I tried out Bison, and then tried after.
Oh, you know what? I remember this night. I remember that night. It was at Wally's.
Yep.
Oh
100%.
man. I think that was 2016. I think Street Fighter had just dropped, so I was using Zangief at the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah, those were solid times. Oh, I miss Zangief sometimes, but then I don't know.
No going back.
No, there's no brakes on this train. There's no going back. Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, the reason I wanted you on is because I know for a fact that you don't have a lot of experience with fighting games, so it's always good to get an outsider's perspective on this stuff.
Oh yeah.
That being said, most of your experience within the FGC itself, you know, fighting games are one thing, but delving even deeper and going into the community aspect, I know for a fact that you don't have a ton of experience in outside of the things that I do and the things that I talk about. That's mostly your exposure. But how do you view the FGC as a whole? And the events like within the FGC? So stuff like EVO, Combo Breaker is another big one.
All right. So as far as the FGC is concerned, I don't have a ton of knowledge on a lot of the events and that kind of thing. However, I will say that fighting games are probably the ultimate call your crap to the carpet game. Like, there's like people, I remember Halo Online back in the day, you know, somebody would get griefing or whatever and crying, singing the blues that they're having a bad game or whatever and that they suck. And some 13-year-old kid, probably me, would go on there and say, 1v1 me, let's go. And there's the fighting game thing to me, that's what I always view it as, is it's like the ultimate 1v1 me, bro. But from a viewer standpoint for the FGC, I think it's one of the easiest things to watch and take in and be a viewer of, because it's super simple to look at it and say, hey, this guy is fighting this guy, and that guy just beat the crap out of him, so the other guy won. It's pretty easy to understand. We're going to talk about League of Legends and Riot a little later on, I believe, where if you tune in to see like the World Championships of League of Legends, the average viewer that has no experience viewing that or looking at it isn't going to have any clue what's going on. So I remember it was one of the first tournaments you did, and you performed really, really well at it. We were on a fishing trip, myself and our mutual friend, Poodles, we'll call him, and some of my family, and me and Poodles was hanging out watching your stream on Twitch on my phone, and 3 or 4 40 or 50-year-old guys asked, what are you guys doing? We're like, well, we're watching Jose in his fighting championship, and with that, they were able to watch it, and they said, well, which one's Sriracha Flash? Should I call you Jose or Sriracha Flash?
You can just say Jose. At this point, everyone knows that I'm Jose. I can't even hide the goddamn thing anymore, because I get people like, no, listen, No Good, Light Bright, and everyone else, love you to death. But when I pop up in chat, they're just like, oh, Jose's here. And the rest of the chat goes, who's Jose? And they go, Sriracha Flash. So at this point, everyone knows Sriracha Flash is Jose. So no, Jose is just fine.
Okay. Anyway, long story short on that one, we spent the next hour and a half watching a stream on my phone of you in this fighting game tournament, putting the run on people. So I think it's, as far as the FGC is concerned, it's like the ultimate challenge to just put your best self out there. You're going to either go out there and you're going to, put your best foot forward and put in a strong match. There's no team to carry you for the most part from what I've seen. I know there's probably game modes where you can have the 3v3 or 5v5 or however you do it. I don't know. But you can do that solo matchmaking, and you can put your best self out there and find success. And it's easy for people just to tune in and watch.
Yeah, definitely. I've always said that it's the easiest esport to get into and to watch and understand what's going on. It's pretty transparent that way.
Absolutely.
There are some team modes. Currently the Street Fighter League is going on right now, and they have, I believe, 6 different teams with 3 players each, and they play like Pokemon style, right? So let's say if you and I were to, let's say it's me, you, and Poodles on one team, and then we have Cody, Kevin, and Wally on another team. Me versus Wally would go first, and then when they send up their next player, we would choose from our squad, besides me, who would fight that person next, right?
All right, that makes sense.
That being said, there's a term in the FGC called an OCV, which is a one-character victory, because even though you're on a team, you still might not necessarily be carried by someone, because the other person, with one character could wipe your entire team, without having to switch out to anyone else.
Excellent.
So that's a really fun aspect of it. I enjoy those. For the most part, those kind of tournaments are special exhibitions or for events like the SFL. So they're not common, but when they do happen, they're very exciting. Which I think that's kind of where they're best kept, is at an arm's length. This is an event that can happen in the FGC, and although it's fun to watch, the main spirit, like you said, is a 1v1. And I think we do that very, very well. Well, I guess if I was going to entice you into... Hey, what's going on, Kagi? If I was going to entice you into playing a fighting game, I know a lot of companies very recently, Mortal Kombat 11 being chief among them. Smash does this too, but Smash, I feel, is built to have guest fighters, so that's not really the biggest deal. Because Smash itself is already the ultimate party game, so the inclusion of guest characters in it doesn't really hinder nor stop anyone from playing that game, throwing Bayonetta and Joker and like Solid Snake and stuff like that in there. That's just par for the course for Smash Brothers. But games like Soul Calibur recently, they're introducing character from Samurai Shodown. I can't think of his name right now. Anyway, he'll be in Soul Calibur. Mortal Kombat 11 has recently put in Terminator. They have the Joker coming in later on. Does the inclusion of those kind of guest characters draw you into wanting to play fighting games, or is the idea of like still having to shell out money for the game, for the DLC and everything else, kind of still keep you away from wanting to pick it up?
So, from being a fan, I saw this question coming, and I tried to sit and think about it, about what my answer would be, because my first thing with it would be yes, for sure, because if I play a game, I want to know and connect with the characters that I'm playing, which, is a big deal. Like, however, upon further going through it, I think the gameplay and the mechanics and that kind of thing are just as big a part as the characters. If you take, like, we've already kind of touched on it before, like, going back a couple years and even once in a while now, I was a big League of Legends player, that MOBA style game. That was my thing. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing with our friends and, just having a bloodbath in that once in a while. I'm also big, probably lore-wise and game background style. The Warcraft universe has kind of always had my heart. Like, I just now, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll probably go through and notice I've been tweeting an awful lot about World of Warcraft lately, because I've embraced the neckbeard and just thrown myself out there. Like, I don't really care what anybody thinks. I'm going to nerd out over Warcraft, because it's just the game universe that I've always been able to get behind.
Right.
So their version of the MOBA, Heroes of the Storm, that has all the characters I'm super familiar with. Like, when I went into League of Legends, I didn't know any of the characters. I never really got into the lore that much, and I just knew, like, I'm good with this character, I'm going to play as this character. And it was more of a mechanical thing, where when I log in to play around Heroes of the Storm, I'm going to go for playing as the Lich King or playing as Garrosh, where I know those characters are my favorite characters, but I just can't do it mechanically wise and gameplay wise. It's just so chaotic. And I think if I sat down and like worked my way through it, I probably could. But that being said, if you take and you throw like Thrall into Street Fighter or in another game, I'll probably pick it up just to say I tried it. Same thing with, like, I remember the first time we played the Smash on Switch, or whichever one, or the Wii U, whichever one added Duck Hunt first.
Yeah, Smash 4 on the Wii U. Yeah.
When we loaded up and played that, and I saw Duck Hunt, but before even that, when I saw they added Ridley, after being such a big fan of the Metroid series, between him and Samus, that's like, I want to play this, and that's all I'm going to play. I want to be Ridley right now. Let's go. Is there a Meta Ridley skin? Immediately scroll through it. Let's find it. Come on. I know you're in here. So, I think character-wise, for sure. Character-wise, I would definitely be enticed to try something if it's got characters I can relate to and be, able to enjoy, and it'd be a part of a universe that I enjoy. But I think at the end of the day, for me to keep me interested, it's got to be up to par on a gameplay standpoint too. It can't survive solely off of characters alone.
Okay. Well, I guess that kind of leads into my next question then, because, if guest characters could draw you in, are there certain mechanical things that could be implemented into a fighting game that would want to keep you around or keep you playing the game? Most recently, King of Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters, they have the ability where you and Eunice, Under Night In-Birth, have the ability where you can mash square like 5 or 6 times, and it'll perform an auto combo for you, which does decent damage, albeit at a scaled level, because you didn't input the entire combo. So while the game will give it to you, you don't do as much damage as it would if you performed it manually. So stuff like that, or I guess stuff like Fantasy Strike, where they don't have inputs. Like, there's no Hadoken motions for your special move to come out. It's just mapped to one singular button. And just like Smash, you can go forward and the special button and a different special comes out. You can jump and a different special comes out. Is something like that more willing to keep it around so that you're on a level playing field with someone like that's been playing the game for years and years? Or do you feel that diminishes your interest in the game because there's only so much depth behind the mechanics?
When I'm learning something, the simpler the better. Like, if it can be super simplified, like when I first started playing Smash and things like that casually, I was a C-stick hero. Like, give me Samus and give me the C-stick on a GameCube controller, and I will just pound that all day long and pray that I get into victory. But as it goes on, as I learn, especially if I'm starting a new character, if there's something that I can simplify it and then transition into that growth where you can start doing your own combos and that kind of thing. And that would be what you were talking about, where you can hit the square button 5 times and it'll do an auto combo and it scales it down because you're kind of, doing the simplified version of it. I think that's a big deal for getting somebody like me who's not well versed. And that's one thing for me, if I'm playing a fighting game, even when I was playing Soul Calibur 2 and that kind of thing, I would just do real simplistic moves, and then if it led into a combo, I'd be super happy, even though I probably wouldn't have any idea what's going on. But that would allow me to kind of get behind that and understand, like, I can do this simply and accomplish that goal where I would win a match or two. But as soon as I'm competitive enough where if I get a couple wins under my belt, then I'm going to want to know how to get better. And I'm going to want to know how to elaborate on those skills and learn how to do a better job. That's how it is with any game I play, I feel. Like, if I can hop in, learn something, get a feel for the character, then I can continue to grow as far as a mechanical standpoint goes, as long as I feel like I'm accomplishing something new. Like, if I'm just not getting it, I'm also smart enough to realize, like, you know what, maybe this isn't my character, or maybe this isn't my game, that kind of thing. I can accept that.
Right.
I'm comfortable accepting that.
Fair enough.
So.
Okay, yeah, no, that's interesting because, you've listened to the show before, so there are definitely guests that I've had on who, they're just like, I don't feel like mechanically it would do anything for me. To have those simplified things, like, it kind of wears down the depth. So I get where you're coming from, though. Where you start simple and, like, you eventually are allowed to take the training wheels off, and then you can delve deeper into the game. So that makes a lot of sense. No, I'm all about it. I appreciate the fact that you would even look at a game long enough and go, I like where this is going. I like what I could possibly be doing. So I want to try it out. Which, if we're being honest, a game that might do something like that, to expand on their player base, is the recently announced Riot fighting game. For those that don't know, Riot, the company behind League of Legends, recently announced a fighting game using League of Legends characters. They don't really have a title for it. As far as I know, it might be Untitled Fighting Game. And maybe that'll get people in.
I think it's called Project L or something. I forget what it is.
Okay.
They got some project name behind it.
Gotcha. So we'll call it Project L for now. So they're creating a fighting game. And the direction that they go with it, I'll be interested to see. The details that we have are very sparse. We saw, like, gameplay over the shoulder from one guy, like, in a 30-second video. We don't have much on it. As far as I can see, the game looks to be pretty standard, like 1v1, like, not a team fighter, like a lot of, like, Marvel vs. Capcom or the Power Rangers fighting game that came out recently. So mostly one-on-one. But if that game drops and that game has good netcode, to allow, like, standard play or good standard online play, is that one that you're going to pick up and try out because it does have characters that you're familiar with at this point?
I'm 100% going to try it out.
Okay.
Just because I think, and I don't want to, I thought about a light way to put this today, while I was sitting here getting ready. I think Riot making a fighting game is probably one of the best things that can happen for the FGC at this stage.
Okay.
Because if you look at what they've done with their mobile platform, League of Legends, I forget what their number was, but I tuned in to watch their World Championship matches on yesterday while I was waiting for football to boot up. And their stream of that game, it's reached over well over 1 billion views or something, some ridiculous number.
Oh.
Where it's that somebody said in an interview sometime, and I don't know how true it is because I didn't do the research to back it up. But they said they had more people worldwide tune in to see the finals of last year's World Championship than what tuned in to watch the Super Bowl last year.
Wow.
So, again, disclaimer, I don't know how true that statistic is. They could have just been saying it.
Right.
But at the same time, at the rate esports is growing between like that and Overwatch League and EVO and things like that, very realistic that that's a possibility. So if you take somebody like that and if you look at the production quality of how they stream a game and how they stream those championships, if they're going to do the same thing for their fighting game too, if it really takes off, and I really hope it does, then I think you're going to see a huge explosion, not just in that, because I think a lot of people are going to be playing that just because it's got the Riot stamp on it. And they do a really good job of publicity behind that kind of thing too. But people are going to start looking into some of these other fighting games like Street Fighter, and I think they're really going to give them a shot, and that's going to give the production teams of people running that kind of thing to grow immensely too, especially Riot gets involved with like a nationwide stream on the EVO thing, and they can get their hands on it, and their production team can have a part in it if they start adding a tournament for their game in there as well. I think that's going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, I would appreciate the shot in the arm, especially as production quality would go up. I'm all about it. I am worried, if I'm going to be honest, I am worried about Riot deciding, the FGC needs us. We don't need the FGC. And so they could put on their own invitationals and stuff like that might be separate. And so who knows how that will affect attendance and stuff like that. So we'll see. But
another big concern I've got with it too, not just with that, but they're adding a lot of other stuff. I mean, they came out of the gates blasting with information on games and, all this other, like the FPS and the mobile games and things like that. I think they've been so honed in on one aspect of the gaming universe that I really hope they don't spread themselves too thin on trying to make the other platforms perfect and they make all of them suffer by not going at it wholeheartedly,
right? Trying
to make everything work.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? So, like you said, they announced an FPS, they announced mobile games, they announced a card game, on top of continuing to do League of Legends, and then also the fighting game. If I had to guess, the fighting game is in the fucking last position. Whoop, sorry, language. Is in the last position of those genres. That is probably the bottom of the totem pole as far as those genres go, because the mobile games, the card games, and the FPS with skins will make them more money than any fighting game will. That's just a fact. The reason the fighting game community is so small is because normally fighting games are hard to get into, and you can breach those other three communities relatively easy compared to the FGC, and you can keep and maintain a player base there.
Well, it's for me, it's super intimidating to, let's say, we're playing a game, the fighting game, and I know that you have years of experience playing them. It's super intimidating for an ultra casual player like myself to go in and be like, I'm going to get worked right now, and I just got to accept it. Maybe he'll go easy on me, but that's just something that, from an outside standpoint, it is probably very well received that it would be difficult to get into something like that, that it would be the hardest to get into.
Yeah.
Just because, and I don't know that there's probably some statistics out there somewhere. I don't know. I'm not a statistic guy. When we start talking sports, I might blow up about that too because statistics and that is completely bogus. But we can get into that later.
Yeah. Oh, well, listen, I'll get into that later. But I'm gonna tell you why numbers don't lie, Brian. Numbers don't lie.
Don't you do that?
Stats don't lie, Brian. Stats don't lie. But yeah, like I said, the other three bigger money makers in the FGC. And as they said, it's in pre-alpha right now, so we're at least 2 to 3 years away from its release at all. If I had to guess, and it is possible, the game might not even ever come out. The game might get canceled. We've seen multiple games, announced, and everyone seems to forget, a game announced, that means it's coming out. Like, how many projects have we seen canceled and just go away? After
just
everyone
because
gets all
it's
hyped
announced
up.
like that doesn't mean it's going to get even anywhere close to final production or anything like that. It could just bottom out right away and never take off.
Yeah.
Which I really hope is not the case because I want it to have a chance.
Yeah, me too. But by no means am I saying I hope that's what happens. I want everyone to keep it in their minds that is definitely a thing that can happen, is that this game might never see the light of day. I'm looking at you, Jedi: The Fallen Order.
Rip.
Mega Man X, the Reploid missions, countless the Metroid games that got canceled, countless other games that I can't think of off the top of my head that I want to come out that never came out. I'm looking at you, Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Where are you at? Oh, that's wonderful. Sorry, just talking to my daughter really quick. She wanted to pop up. So while I am excited for that, let everyone keep a cool. Full eyes, full hearts, can't lose. No problem.
You gotta believe. Believe it's gonna make it. The band's gonna make it.
The band is gonna make it. I do believe. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. So, listen, I have no transition for this except for the fact that we are tangentially talking about MMOs. In the show notes, you wanted to talk about MMOs. So hit me up, Brian. Educate me. Teach me the ways. Show me that there's a connection between MMOs and fighting games.
Well, obviously, I've already stated I'm in love with the Warcraft universe and WoW and that kind of thing. I guess in that note, before I say anything else about fighting style and that, I'm super pumped that WoW Classic is out now.
Yeah.
And friends are playing it again, and it's a super enjoyable experience. That being said, they need to hurry up and release Battlegrounds because Battlegrounds in the early stages of the game were so fun. No. And that's how I'm going to spend my time. I'm going to play nothing but PvP for probably my entirety on WoW Classic.
Okay.
PvP in the... People call it modern or retail or whatever the current patch is or whatever. It's Battle for Azeroth WoW right now.
Yeah, retail is my favorite name for that, by the way. You losers paid for this. Ah,
nerds.
Nerds.
The PvP in this is super chaotic just because they gave everybody so many in vanilla WoW and classic WoW. You have if you're a hunter and you're max level, you have maybe 10 abilities you're regularly going to use, and there's probably somebody out there who's going to listen to this and think that's the stupidest thing anybody's ever said. But realistically, you're not going to have that much to work with. That's just how that game is, and that's why it's so popular right now, is because they simplified everything, and you can jump in and you can play the game I was 14 years ago and enjoy the heck out of it. Where in this one, everybody can do everything. They've given essentially class identity to everybody, so everybody's got a healing ability, everybody's got a slow, everybody's got all these different things, movement speed, debuffs, things like that. Where now you've got 4 full bars of abilities that you can use, and you don't even know what half of them do. It's just super chaotic. And I think the arena system, where the Arena World Championships and that kind of thing, I think the 3v3 fight, they don't even have 5v5 anymore, I don't think. That's how often I do PvP and retail. Wow.
Retail.
You just, it's just so chaotic, and the matches that just go on and on and on and on and on just don't appeal to me. However, vanilla was like the king of the 8-hour-long battlegrounds, and I don't think I could do that. But I think if you're just going to go on and go town on a bunch of lobies in a zone while they're questing and just kill them, that there's nothing better than that. And they can't hop onto their max level character and come over and kill you after that.
Okay.
They have to spend like 45 minutes flying their character from there and there. We have an audience question.
Oh, well, listen, I was gonna let it go till you were done. But, alright. So, RF Hacker in the chat says, should Blizzard make a Warcraft or Blizzard fighting game, and who would you main? I think Blizzard should absolutely do it. If they're going to make a fighting game, make it full-on Blizzard fighting game like Heroes of the Storm. You know, don't just limit it to World of Warcraft, although they do have like a large swath of characters. I think, you know, if I can have Tracer fight like Thrall, I think that'd be super cool.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I'm all about that. Or if I can have like Jaina Pridemore fighting someone, super cool. Super all about it. But if I had to main someone, if I'm being honest, if they put Winston in the game, gotta play him. Probably gonna be a grappler type.
Winston's my boy.
Yeah, see, you know.
He'd be right up your alley too, I bet.
Yeah, see, I think Winston would be right up my alley. So probably Winston, if I had to. I'm trying to think of like other, like Diablo characters and stuff like that. None of them come to mind right now. So I'm just gonna stick to Overwatch and WoW, the two big ones right now. And I will say, give me Overwatch versus WoW, like Marvel versus Capcom. Make those two universes fight each other, and
first off, I think Blizzard for sure should get their fingers in on this because I think it would be a big hit in the community.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got like Hearthstone and the MOBA style and the MMO and everything else. Just in the FPS, just give us a fighting game. Just make it happen.
I would not complain.
If they did ever make a fighting game, I would, and they had Garrosh Hellscream in there. He would be my main all day, every day. He's my all-time favorite. Him or Sarfang, which rip Sarfang. Spoiler alert if you're a WoW player and haven't finished the story in retail WoW yet. But rip Sarfang, never forget. He's probably my second favorite character. I would just go back and forth between them. And they'd be probably heavy hitter grappler style. Just get in your face, put the pressure on, and just pound you into the ground characters.
Oh, well, listen, I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Give me more. Look, can they put Illidan in there? Can Illidan be in the fighting game?
Heck yeah.
All right, I'm cool with Illidan.
That'd be the ire of every 13-year-old to play it. I don't want to play. Nothing against Illidan. I just the last expansion they brought him back, and it was this whole thing like he was good the whole time. Oh, all right.
Oh boy.
We can work with that, I guess. Just don't let it happen again.
Right. Listen, I'm gonna be real honest. I hate when they backtrack character stories to be like, but secretly the whole time they were something else. Shut up, you freaking nerds.
You did a 180 with the writing.
Right.
I don't like this.
Admit that you wrote yourself into a corner and you didn't know what to do, so you went good guy now. Oh, thank you, Newman, for walking into the stream. Thank you.
Hey, I was forgetting an emote.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Listen, we're at the middle of the podcast right now, so listen, Brian, let the people know where they can find you. This is my surprise trap where I spring all your stuff on right now.
Well, you got the couple big ones up on the screen with my Twitter handle. Twitter's probably the place. If you're going to follow me on anything, follow me on Twitter, because I go through, like, I won't tweet for 3 days, and then I'll tweet like 8 times in 5 minutes, just everything that I'm thinking of at that moment. I've been trying to stream a little bit here and there, but I don't have a ton of opportunity to do so. But you can, if you followed me on Twitch, I would be greatly honored, because I'm a Sriracha emo, and that's my claim to fame on Twitch.
That's
you
true.
can also follow me on Instagram. Just take my Twitter handle, my full name, and I'll type it in the chat and just eliminate the underscore. And that's my Instagram handle. You can follow me there for mediocre food pics, pictures of my cat, picture of my lovely wife and I doing fun things.
Oh, yeah.
And every once in a while, I will throw out something musical or something like that. So
that's worth it for the follow alone. Hold on, there we go. Shoot. Nope, not gonna work. Never mind. I don't feel like moving it. Yeah, Brian.
It's fine. Let it happen.
Brian Jeske, BryanJeske, on Instagram, or NCM_Buford on Twitch for those listening to the podcast. That's NCM_BUFORD. You got to get it out there, Brian. You can't just say on the screen. You got to listen. There's people that listen to audio only.
All right.
I'm trying to
give me another chance later.
Trying to support you here, but also, if we can get some Eugenes in the chat, that'd be much appreciated. Because I am interviewing the man, the myth, the legend, the Eugene emote, which makes me very happy.
Oh, baby, look at it.
It's so good. So good. So good. I'm very happy that it is what it is. Yeah, we're talking about WoW characters having shitty
We're talking about MMO WoWs.
Yeah, alright. Well, they can't write themselves out of the corner. But listen, we're about at the point in the show. We're at the point in the show where I'm going to say, oh, I'm going to move this one along. I'll move this one along a little bit.
Let's do it.
All right. So, I have an answer to your question about whether or not League of Legends was watched more than Super Bowl. You are correct.
No kidding.
The 2019 League of Legends World Championship had 101 million viewers, whereas the Super Bowl had 98 million viewers. Now, mind you, those weren't concurrent. Those were. Let me find it. I want to make sure that I have it. They had 600,000 concurrent viewers at any time, and they had 100 million unique viewers tune into the event during the entire occasion. Whereas, for comparison, last year's Super Bowl had just over 98 million viewers. Smallest viewership for the event since 2008.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, that is.
And I think there's a lot of, and not to knock older generation, but I've worked with people pretty much my entire life, and I've heard just about everything you can think of, and probably they just can't wrap their head around why people would want to go in. And you can talk football broadcast. I think Fox Sports, or all of them at some point, have probably said something. I know the NBA guys on TNT, and yeah, I'm calling you out, Shaq. Get at me. They talk about, people are watching this, the people play video games and how stupid it is. It's not stupid, for one. If people enjoy doing it, and they can enjoy, if you can't get in a game and you want to watch somebody stream a game or something like that, or even if you want to watch somebody stream to better yourself at doing it, what's wrong with that?
100%.
Because I'm pretty sure 90% of the people that are watching NBA are never going to play a game of pickup basketball in their life.
No. Me included.
So if you can watch something, enjoy it, and then apply it to something that you can do that you enjoy doing, why not do it? Why knock somebody for wanting to do that, for one? And why tear somebody down when it's not something that you would want to do? So why support it, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. I have to backtrack on myself for a second and say I'll absolutely play a pickup basketball game because in April I got a money match with Bodied Novel. Listen, if anyone's listening to this, just cover your ears for the next 30 seconds or skip ahead. Bodied Novel, you two-timing raggedy bitch, I'm going to beat your ass up and down that court. Don't you ever think that you can come to me one-on-one in basketball. You want Listen, I'm saying skip ahead for the podcast listeners, Newman. Oh, God. I can't wait to take your money, Eli. Anyways, Lemmy Hawkins, as a fan of professional wrestling, can relate very hard to this. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lemmy, for understanding the pain that we go through trying to get people to watch video games on Twitch. Good googly moogly. Brian, are you still here?
Listen, I was letting you go.
All right, fair enough.
I don't know who that is, but
let's
go.
He wants to play me. He wants to play me in basketball in a pickup game at Michigan Masters next year. So I told him, bring the money. Show me the money.
I don't think he knows.
No.
I don't think he knows what he's getting into.
Listen,
remember last time we played pickup basketball?
Sure do. I remember dying on the court.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's because I'm fat. It's just something I got to work on. Just got to work on the cardio, but I can.
So am I. That's the problem. The unstoppable force met the immovable object, and chaos ensued.
Well, in my case, I was a very movable force that met a very stoppable object, and just let the chips lie where they may. But now I'm gonna start working on my cardio. I'm gonna get back in shape a little bit. Eli's gonna show up. He's gonna have to go against my defense. You don't know what you get into, Eli. You don't know what this is. You don't know what's coming for you. But look, all right.
Coming to King Best Not Miss, Eli.
Absolutely. This is where I have some bad news, because this is my transition. This is my transition period.
Oh.
So I got some bad news, folks. If you came for the fighting game talk, pretty much over for the most part now. If you came for MMO talk, pretty much over at this point. We just discussed it. League of Legends. More viewers than the Super Bowl. So why don't we get into... I wish I had a sting right here for some music. I wish I had a bum 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 for the NFL talk that's going to happen right now. So
I think that'll do.
Perfect.
That works.
Perfect. So if y'all don't want to hear about American football and hear me yell and scream, it's all right to turn it off at this point. If there's more fighting game stuff, I'll let you know. All right. So, Brian, this past NFL weekend, good googly moogly, sir. My Packers 6-1, dominating over the Raiders. Dominating. All kinds of weird storylines. The Niners only scored 9 points in Washington. That was in a monsoon, though, so totally understand. Jimmy Garoppolo out there making plays. Anyways, but if you want to, I'm going to go through these games one by one because I want to talk about
Let's do it.
All right, first one, the Chiefs-Broncos. Chiefs 30, Broncos 6. What the hell, Andy Reid? What the hell? I understand you needed this win badly against Denver, right? You got to go in there. You got to beat our divisional opponent. You don't need to hurt Patrick Mahomes when he already knows that he's hurt. Why you have him do a quarterback sneak in the fourth quarter and tearing his knee up? Awful. I appreciate it because now my Packers can go into Kansas City next week, play Matt Moore, who the most exciting thing about him is that he still exists and he's in the league. So much appreciated for me. But as a viewership of good football, why are you hurting Patrick Mahomes? I can't believe it. Disgusting.
I can't say there was a game this season that I was less excited to watch than that Thursday night game. I don't care about Denver. Like
Joe Flacco doesn't move the needle.
I just don't like Denver. I don't like Joe Flacco. I think he's boring to watch. I don't think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he cares anymore at this point.
Oh, no.
He got his Super Bowl, and people stopped ragging on him for 6 calendar months, and that was it for him. I think that was the tip of the iceberg. The last time I really cared about anything that Denver was doing is when Jay Cutler was the quarterback, which is sad to say, but...
Yeah, old Smoking Jay.
And then Kansas City, I don't know what happened where they got christened the immediate Super Bowl favorites for the year, but their defense is still terrible. Don't get me wrong, I think it can improve. And I think the offense is super potent as long as Mahomes is out there. And they got Tyreek back now and that kind of thing. And they got Sammy Watkins, remembered how to play football as soon as he got there. And
yeah, good for him.
I just couldn't care any less about a game. I don't like Kansas City, although I think Arrowhead is probably one of the best places to play a game of football and experience a game of football. because that crowd is notorious. There he is. There he is.
Oh, Smokey
My
Big
man.
Brother. Oh, what a hero. What a hero.
But nothing Denver does it. They don't play an exciting game of brand of football to me.
Yeah.
Nothing about them excites me.
They don't do
And-
anything that I care about at all. Like, not
Honestly,
one bit.
I don't really get that excited about Kansas City either.
What?
Just because,
What?
listen, I don't get excited about it because I know where it's going to lead. You know who their head coach is.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen in the playoffs.
Listen,
They're going nowhere.
I see Andy Reid ordering off that Denny's menu. All right? I know. I see Andy Reid somehow
He's like
using
the original
3
Mike
timeouts.
McCarthy.
Oh, God. I know that Andy Reid is terrible with time management. He's terrible with running the clock. But listen, he'll get it together. I'm I'm in an abusive relationship right now with Andy Reid because I just want him to succeed somewhere. I want Andy Reid to succeed because the year that his son died, Philadelphia fired him and ran him out of town. And I imagine that's got to be the worst year of anyone's life ever. And Philadelphia fans are just awful. So
I feel like the only place he's going to succeed is at a Wilford Brimley lookalike contest. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't see it happening. He is bound to fail in the playoffs. And if he wins the Super Bowl this year, I will never say a bad thing again about him. But I just don't see it happening, especially if Mahomes isn't fully healthy. I realize he can make all the throws and everything, but if he tries to go out there, you've seen it. Look at what Cam Newton's going through right now. He just pounded the crap out of his body, and now he's paying the price for it. And he lost his. I probably shouldn't have said that. He hasn't lost his job yet,
No.
but I'm just saying they're undefeated.
Kyle Allen, solid with Kyle Allen out there.
I've got more horse.
Oh, hey, thank you. Hey, Salt Mine League, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Thank you for all the wonderful work you guys do and for the shows that you guys put on. I love it. Continue to be excellent. I can't wait for season 4. Y'all are doing some great work out there. Shout outs to Ace of Spuds for having him on the podcast. Not yesterday, but the day before on Saturday. That episode just went live on iTunes. So if you guys want to listen to that, that is on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that fun stuff. Go listen to me and Ace of Spuds talk about Salt Mine League, online tournaments, the importance of coaching. That was a really fun episode. I really enjoyed that one. That was an episode where I'm not just over here shitting on Andy Reid for existing. Well, I'm not, but you are.
Listen, you came to his defense. I'm the one taking a dump on him right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
I digress. That's enough about Andy Reid.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
Just
for the people that don't know about Andy Reid, for people that don't know about the magic, it is Andy Reid. I have to put him up on screen for a second because good googly moogly does that man. Like I said, I love him, support him, want him to succeed. But boy, oh boy, does he look like a walrus in a human suit. Yeah, there we go. There's our boy. There we go. Big screen.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh, you did the side by side.
Oh yeah.
Look at it.
You have to. Now people know. That's what American football looks like, folks. I like seeing other countries' sports like soccer and lacrosse, and like lacrosse obviously and soccer are here. But I enjoy seeing their coaches that are well kept on the sidelines, usually in suits or like, their coaches look like they could have still played if they wanted to. No American football coach looks like they could play today. Show me a coach who could play today. Oh, all right. Mike Tomlin could probably suit up right now. That's fair. My wife is in the background. Immediately was like, disagree. Mike Tomlin could suit up.
That's who I would have said. Maybe Sean McVay could be like a 4-string practice squad kicker or something like that.
I think Sean McVay could be a first-string quarterback for the Bears right now. The Bears suck.
I'm pretty sure that walrus you had on screen could be a first-string quarterback.
Look, I'm going to skip ahead. I'm going to go right to that game. The Bears suck. They are awful. That defense, incredible. Mitch Trubisky might be one of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen. We were watching the game yesterday. And
how many times did he throw yesterday?
Like 53 times, I think.
I thought it was 53 or 54, and they only ran it like 7 times.
Yeah. Which should never be your formula when Mitch Trubisky is your quarterback, ever. That's a terrible way to go down. we were watching some of the highlights and stuff yesterday, and Evelyn goes, "Is that a real quarterback?" And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Is he a starter?" And I go, "Yeah, that was the starter for the season." She thought they brought some homeless guy in off the street, had him playing quarterback for him. It's terrible. Mitch Trubisky,
remember,
absolutely
was it like
junk.
the tail end of last year or something like that? He started playing mediocre, and he just started garnering all this hype and praise and everything. Like, oh, they knew what was going to happen the whole time. Look, he can do it. He can do it. No, he can't.
And even today, he's still getting like, oh man, like, but he finished the game super strong. Congratulations that you finished the game strong against the Saints' second string, who at that point I'm sure weren't even paying attention to their assignments, in garbage time while you're down by 30 points. Congratulations. Good job, Mitch Trubisky. You did it. Like, normally I'm not one to like sit over here and hate on an athlete. Mitch Trubisky's not an athlete, all right? He is your average frat boy who somehow lucked himself into an NFL job. And I hear all the time, like, oh, could this college team beat an NFL team? For the most part, no. But Mitch Trubisky couldn't quarterback for Alabama right now. I'll tell you that right now. If Mitch Trubisky put on a uniform and walked onto the Alabama field trying to quarterback for them, Nick Saban would send his ass back to Chicago. All right? It's never going to happen. Mitch Trubisky sucks. He shouldn't be a quarterback in the league. I don't want to hear it anymore. He's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. Sorry.
I feel like we should institute a rule where if we say something rude to a player, we have to say something nice about the team.
All right.
So
Khalil Mack is the greatest generational force at linebacker that I've seen since Lawrence Taylor. There will never be anyone like Lawrence Taylor. Khalil Mack comes very close as like being that guy. So there you go. There's my nice thing. Khalil Mack is a single-handed game changer, and he could alter the course of any team's season by killing their quarterback on the field because he's that good.
I think the defense is very good. However, the Akeem Hicks loss, I think, is going to be a very big deal. They're going to be RIP.
Listen, what can you do? Raw Metal in the chat says, this is a heated football discussion. Should I get fish or shrimp in my burrito and tacos? Go fish. Fish tacos. Shrimp tacos, special occasion. You get shrimp tacos, you get a little bit of pineapple, some avocado, a little bit of hot sauce on there. Maybe some jalapeno. That's for a separate time. For right now, it's Monday night. Get yourself some nice fish tacos. Share them with the band. Tell the band I said hello, by the way.
I can get behind that.
Here's what you do. All right, listen. We're in the notes. We're going to talk about cooking anyway. So here's how you make Jose's fish tacos, right? The band broke up. I'm very sad right now, Rare Metal. I feel like a horse's caboose that you didn't bring this to me in the first place. I'm very sad. I enjoyed your guys' album very much. Hold on, I'm gonna put the album on screen on screen for those that haven't listened to it before. Hold on. I'm very sad that the band broke up, Rare Metal. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why is this not popping up on Amazon Music? Go. Gone forever. Can't even find the album anymore. Well, listen, if you're still making music, let me know, because I'll listen to it, Raw Metal. But anyway, Raw Metal had a great band, great album. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So I'm sad to hear that they broke up. But, listen, this will brighten your mood, okay? Here's what you do. Here's how you make excellent fish tacos. Get yourself some nice hearty fish, like a tilapia. Don't use cod. But tilapia is generally like my go-to for fish tacos. So you get some tilapia, you slice it up, make it look like fish sticks almost, like the size of your index finger. That's how you want to slice this. You're gonna roll that in some cornstarch, and then some panko breadcrumbs, right? A little bit of you go ahead and put yourself some Old Bay seasoning in the panko breadcrumbs. Go ahead and put yourself some black pepper, some salt, a little bit of paprika, and that should be it. You roll that in the panko. Then you want to get yourself a nice pan, and you want to get that pan boiling hot, probably about 350, maybe 375. And what you want to do is you want to work in batches, right? So you want to take your fish sticks, you're gonna roll them in panko and like your cornstarch mixture, right? Cornstarch first. Remember that. Cornstarch first, then panko. Cornstarch. I think it might be egg too. So egg, cornstarch. No, I lied. Cornstarch, beaten egg, then in the panko mixture with your seasonings. From there, you're going to throw it in the pan. A couple minutes, until the fish is cooked. Usually like 4 or 5 minutes. That might be a little long, maybe 3 to 4 minutes. You can tell when it's cooked and when it's not cooked. You pull that out, you put that aside. You make all your fish that way, right? Get yourself some nice flour tortillas. You're going to go ahead and heat up the flour tortillas. Put them on a pan, warm up. You don't want to eat tortillas cold. That's weird. So you get those. You put your fish on there. You cover that with some nice cabbage. You want shredded cabbage. Cabbage is the preferred way to go for a fish taco. So you put cabbage on there. Get yourself some nice pico de gallo. Because you don't want to waste all your time like cutting up onions and tomatoes and all the other stuff. Just go to the store, buy yourself some nice pico de gallo. You throw that on there. A little bit of avocado slice. Put that on there. Some hot sauce. Sour cream across the top. And there you go. You got yourself a nice perfect fish taco.
Nope, you forgot cilantro and lime juice.
Oh, and then you need a little bit of cilantro and lime juice. Thank God my wife is here to remind me about my own recipe. Nice little line of cilantro, some lime juice. Don't use like lime juice out of a bottle. Go ahead, buy yourself a nice lime, cut it into pieces, sprinkle that lime over the top of the fish taco, and boom, there you go. You have yourself with some nice Mexican piss like Corona or Modelo. You have yourself a wonderful night. That's how you make fish tacos. That's
I'm so hungry now.
that's the Sriracha Flash recipe for fish tacos. My wife's favorite food and probably my favorite food to make. I'm not gonna lie. It's just a lot of fun. I like working with fish in cornstarch because it feels weird on my fingers, and so I know I say that I sound like a big baby, but yeah, I will absolutely DM you the recipe, Raw Metal. Don't you worry about it. I will absolutely DM it to you. You know what? Oh, I don't know if it's on my cooking channel.
You can make them this weekend. I'll let you.
I will. All right. I don't know if they're on my cooking channel. I will check really quick right now. But if they are on my cooking channel, I'll just send you that video, and that way you'll know. For those that don't know, I do have a cooking channel. It's on the same channel that you find all these wonderful videos on, called it's youtube.com/whatever the hell. Sriracha Flash, probably what you can search, find the channel. I'll link it in the show notes. But I do a bunch of cooking videos. So I teach you all how to make, what did I do? I did a prime rib, that turned out pretty great. Did chicken wings, chili, some casseroles, all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, just search Sriracha Flash on YouTube. The channel will come up. I have cooking videos on there. If you want to learn how to cook, absolutely we'll teach you how. And I'll make a video this weekend on fish tacos. And so that way everyone knows with a nice little accompanying, all that fun stuff. There you go. Boom. All right. Mr. Eugene.
Dude, you gotta give the people what they want. They want the fish taco video.
I'll absolutely listen. My wife is so excited right now. I can hear her salivating.
We need this Sriracha Flash cookbook ASAP.
Honestly, look, I've thought about putting it together and just selling it. Like, not even selling it, just like putting it out. Like, I'd like making like just a separate like website that has all of the recipes, and then like the video accompanying it on the page. But if Raw Model wants to help fund a cookbook, I will absolutely put a cookbook together and throw it out there. You know what sucks is that I just made that pot roast on Cooking with Jose this past weekend. Didn't save the video, didn't upload it on YouTube.
Rest in peace.
So I got to make another pot roast again in the future. And there was like the before times, before I was uploading them to YouTube, where like a good 40 to 50 recipes are just gone. That like I still know how to make, don't have a video for it. Listen, I'm telling you, Body Novel, it is a delicious pot roast. I'm telling you, it is a pot roast. It is wonderful. I made some goddamn good pot roast this weekend. It was awesome.
So this is further common ground for us, especially in our friend group, because we're the two out of our group we're married. Happily married.
Yep.
And Evelyn, I know you're right there, so correct me if I'm wrong, but we do, between the two of us, the men of the house, we probably do the bulk of the cooking.
Rude.
She said, all right, for those that can't hear,
because he's better at it than me doesn't mean I don't do as much.
She gasped and said rude, and then said just because he's better at it than me doesn't mean that he does it more than I do. But if we're being honest,
You do.
Listen.
But I do cook more.
Ashley, like full on accepts it now. Like she knows that I do 95% of the cooking, and I don't mind it. I like cooking. I enjoy cooking, so that doesn't bother me at all.
I do the bacon.
I mean, I don't know. It's fun to be in the. Newman says he cooks the most in his household. Which Newman, you live alone, so I don't want to know who's doing the cooking that doesn't live in your house. Cause that, oh, you know what? I've cooked in your house. Never mind. So yeah, you do most of the cooking. I do the rest of the cooking.
There's the answer.
I will say there is another Cooking with Jose coming out tomorrow. There is a new Cooking with Jose coming out tomorrow on how to make lava cake in your slow cooker, because it is my daughter's favorite kind of cake, and it is also her 17th birthday tomorrow. So happy early birthday to my daughter Lily, and I will be making lava cake in the crock pot tomorrow. So that will be up. Listen, the short answer is if y'all want to see this before it's on YouTube, just add me on Snapchat. Like, add me on Snapchat, and you will see
Dude, you
everything.
gotta put yourself out there. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying. Metal, look, I wish I could have a surf taco delivered. You don't understand. Actually, you know what? I can't say that because every time I'm like, I should order fish tacos at a restaurant, my wife gives me the devil like glare, and she's like, "What? We're just gonna make those at home. Don't order fish tacos." I'm like, all right, fine, I won't order fish tacos. So I never order fish tacos anymore. She's like, we're just going to make those at home. Stop it. Always catching myself. She's always yelling at me.
There's certain things like you just know if you have it down where you can really nail that dish at home and you're going to cook it and you're going to cook it really well, I'll never order that same thing. Like I have a hard time ordering cheeseburgers now if we go out to eat.
Yeah.
Which is like the ultimate, like, if we're going out to eat 95% of the time, I'm going to get a burger or something.
Right.
But I have a real problem ordering them now because I feel like I have the recipe for burgers down pretty good at home now.
Yeah.
So I feel like anything under that, I'm just going to be picking it apart and saying, I could have done it better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's Evelyn's the same way. That's, you know, I don't order fish tacos, but she also is like, I'm not going to order fish tacos because they're not as good as yours. And, like, in the same way, I'll never go to a restaurant and order meatloaf. That's at home food. That's not restaurant food.
Ooh.
You don't order meatloaf in a restaurant. That's weird.
We share
Oh.
recipes because wife's Brussels sprouts sounds good to me.
Body Novel, I'm going to need your Brussels sprouts recipe because Evelyn's back here asking for it, like, right now.
Are they just, like, explain the Brussels sprouts to me. Are we talking, like, bacon wrapped Brussels sprouts or...
Bacon wrapped Brussels
'Cause-
sprouts. All right.
Dude,
All right. Body
that's
Novel.
where it's at.
Yeah, listen. Body, what I'm going to need you to do, just make a video with her. Have your wife make a video and explain to me how she makes these Brussels sprouts. Rar Metal's girlfriend makes a vegan chili. Swear to God, you couldn't tell it's not vegan. Look, I'm all right with vegan chili, honestly, because chili for me is just like, you know, it's chili. It's like when you're poor and you don't have anything else, but you got stuff in the cupboard, you throw it into a pot with some tomato sauce and call it chili. Like, I don't know, chili is like, so many people get so picky over chili, but it's just fucking chili. Like, I make chili, my standard chili is I use hamburger and kidney beans and pico de gallo and beer and tomato paste. And, like, that's the whole thing. Kidney beans, some other stuff. Seasoning, right? But, like, that's chili. But then I make, like, half smoked chili that has chorizo and half smoked sausages in it and pork knuckle and kidney beans and pico. And, yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's all kinds of chili. And people get so fucking highfalutin about chili. It's ridiculous. Like, the beans versus no beans crowd, they can fuck off. I promised myself I wasn't going to swear that much, and then I got super excited about food and football, and I can't help it.
Newman, you make a hell of a frozen pizza.
Yeah, Newman, you make a great frozen pizza. I can't take that away from you. Yeah, Robert.
All right, wait. Hold up.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best frozen pizza brand?
Okay. All right. So if it's just,
we're going there.
that's
we're
fine.
going there.
If it's a single serve pizza, like I'm gonna eat it. Totino's. Totino's makes the best like single serve pizza over Jack's, over everything else. But if it's Hacker's back here with Jack's Pizza. If it's like feeding the family, DiGiorno can kick rocks. They suck. I hate DiGiorno.
Thank you.
Lion ass boxes. They sell these big ass boxes with tiny ass pizzas inside that taste like fucking cardboard.
Walmart pizzas are good.
Yeah, the pizzas from Walmart that Walmart sells, like that, I don't know if they're Great Value brand. They're like Market Side or whatever they are. Those are the best frozen pizzas. Those are so
Have
good.
have you ever had one of the pizzas from Aldi?
I have not.
Dude, just next time you're over at West Branch, just swing in there, get one. You're not going to be disappointed. It's super good. See, Raw Metal gets it.
Yeah.
See, look at this.
Aldi Pizza. Listen, I don't think that's agreement. I think Raw Metal's going, Aldi Pizza, you poor fuckers. Like, what are you doing buying Aldi Pizza?
However, my personal favorite, for me, the king will always be Red Baron. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the sauce to pepperoni to cheese ratio or the extra crispy crust.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just Red Baron is, to me, it'll be the king.
All right. Look, Red Baron, totally fine. Tombstone, totally fine. I can't believe that Body Novel's never even seen a Jack's Pizza before. That's crazy to me. I'm assuming he doesn't get out much because Jack's Pizza exists in literally every supermarket I've ever been into. Yeah, Newman's seen them in gas stations. Body Novel, you need to get out and explore the world more.
Dude, that's for real. I've seen them in gas stations too.
Maybe it's a Michigan
And
thing.
Maybe it's a Michigan thing.
honestly, here's the story.
Oh, Hacker only gets them in Texas.
So my wife and I were on our honeymoon last summer,
Yup.
and we get to this hotel in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Beautiful place. There's nothing around for like at least 25 to 35 miles away. The only thing here is a hotel, and there's a restaurant and everything in this hotel. So they give us a complimentary bottle of champagne, which we proceeded to just let sit in the corner because it looked like it was probably about $3. And then we ended up going, and they said, here's a free coupon for a pizza in the lounge. I looked into the kitchen, and they had Jack's Pizzas lined up in their freezer.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't even put it in the oven. They put it on one of those rotary cookers. And they said, it'll be ready in 15 minutes. We'll see you then. So we took our bags up to the room and everything. It came back down, and I got this pizza. 100%. And it's a $15 they charged people at the bar if they wanted a pizza.
Oh, my God.
$15.
Oh my God! For Body Novel and Raw Metal that don't know, Jack's Pizza is $2. It is like $2 and some change at Walmart, maybe $3. Oh, that was. Remember the bar that we went to? Yes. Okay. Newman and I went to a bar. We were on our way back from Traverse City. We stopped in Kalkaska, and so we're in Kalkaska. And we're looking for a bar on the way home. So we go into this bar, like Ultimate Dive Bar, to the point where when we asked for Bud Light, they kicked open like a cooler that you would take on a picnic and pulled out cans of Bud Light and like handed them to us. I think they were like $1 though. So, whatever. It is what it is. So we're like, do you guys have a menu for food? It's only like 7 o'clock in the evening, right? They go, no, you have to go across the street to G's and get food there if you want food. So we're like, fuck, all right. So we drink our beers, and we're like, well, we'll just go grab beers over at G's. That's a nice pizzeria. We have a G's here in Houghton Lake. I'm sure they have beer there. So we go into G's. We order ourselves a pizza, and woman comes back and goes, what do you guys want to drink? And we're like, we'll have a Bud Light. And Cody goes, yeah, I have a Bud Light too. Oh, we don't serve alcohol here. So we have a bar that doesn't serve food and a pizzeria bar that doesn't serve alcohol. I wanted to die. I was so upset. I was so mad. Oh, God.
They're just ping-ponging their customers. Oh, no, you want that? You got to go across the street.
I was so mad. I only call it a pizzeria bar because there's an exact same, like, it's not even a chain. It's like family-owned restaurants. Like, they have like 7 locations. It's all the same family that owns them. And in my town, they sell the booze there. They have like liquor specials. And then this one, like 20 minutes away, owned by the same family, is like, nah, get the hell out of here, you demon. We're not selling you booze at 7 o'clock at night. So
this
mad.
side of the street is a dry street.
Yeah, oh, God, upsetting. Raw Metal says whenever we visit, I say we because I'm bringing the whole family. I'm bringing you drinking. We're going to Johnny Mac's where for every beer you buy, they give you a personal pizza. I will die on pizza and
I'm
beer.
sorry, that's a thing.
I will die at Johnny Mac's. Oh my god. Yeah. Newman says that specific place that we go to in the chain is the only one that doesn't sell booze. We found out later on, which is unfortunate. Welcome to New Jersey, where they just give you a pizza for every beer.
What? Out of every place that could potentially do that, New Jersey would be the place to do it.
You know what? That makes sense. I imagine you sit down in Atlantic City, you're out here trying to gamble, you order yourself a nice beer, they bring you some of that disgusting flat New York City pizza, and you have yourself a good time.
Are you a Chicago style guy?
Chicago style can kiss my ass too. All right. Chicago pizza is not pizza.
Listen. First up, before you go into this, I agree with you.
All right, perfect. I'm happy that you agree with me. Chicago pizza, not pizza. I was just in Chicago a couple months ago. Shout out to Chicago for calling the cops on me. I was just in Chicago a couple months ago, and I had myself a deep dish pizza, or what they refer to as deep dish pizza. What I got instead was a lasagna with a crust around the outside. Now, I understand that you guys call it a pizza pie. It's a little bit different than a deep dish pizza that we have here, invented in the great city of Detroit, Michigan. Detroit invented the deep dish pizza. We do it better than anyone else. That's the reason that Little Caesars is so goddamn good with their deep dish pizzas, because we invented them. That being said, you guys make a pizza pie. Tastes like lasagna. It is what it is. Got a nice hard crust on the outside. At the point, I was super drunk. I enjoyed it quite a bit, being what it was, but it definitely was not pizza. Go to New York. New York pizza is a giant flat piece of cheese. I get that you guys like your cheese pizza. That's not pizza. That's just garlic bread with a little bit of cheese on top. Y'all can fuck off. You need actual toppings. I get that it's the size of a paper plate, and you go, look at the size of this thing. I don't want to pay $5 for a piece of fucking pizza that I can just go down the street, buy myself a nice $5 pizza at a good restaurant, have myself a good multi-topping pizza. All right? You guys put cheese, maybe pepperoni on it, then we have, like, an actual pizza once you start putting meats on that thing. You're not putting meat on it, I don't want to hear it. New York pizza, kiss my ass. Chicago pizza, kiss my ass. We do it best here in Michigan, where I make pizzas at home. When's the last time I had New York pizza?
This is a fun fact.
I had New York pizza about 2 years ago. We went to a place downstate that made New York pizza. They're a New York style pizza and eatery, and they made New York pizza. Anyways, continue on, Brian.
I married into a family that Ashley's dad used to own a pizza shop in town, and they were in business for a number of years. So he's kept all of his recipes and everything. So whenever we go over there for any event or anything, they make homemade pizzas, and it's incredible every time.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, man.
And, pizza lately has been killing my acid reflux and stuff, which, I'm getting old. I'm bald. It's fine. That kind of thing's happening. But I power through. Yeah, he owns Za Brothers.
Did you really? Is that a real thing? You married into the Za Brothers? Because I'll die. I will die right now.
Yeah, 100%. Her
my
dad
God.
used to own Za Brothers.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, for real. Can we hang out more? Seriously?
Listen, I got to work on getting the recipes first.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
And then we'll start branching out here, all right?
All right. I'm down with it.
However, he has been saying about how he wants to open up another pizzeria, and I want in on that action so bad.
Oh, yeah. Listen, you can ditch the road commission. You can head straight into the pizzeria business. We'll keep you afloat. Because you can beat that punk-ass Little Caesars that's here in town. You can beat Hungry Howie's. Hungry Howie's sucks.
Can't beat G's.
You might be able to beat G's. Bucilli's, tough competition. They've been slacking lately. Don't necessarily care for it. You don't know what a Hungry Howie's is? Hungry Howie's is... Alright. God damn. Yeah, alright. So Hungry Howie's is a pizza chain where instead of making pizza, what they do is they take a dough, they bake it for a little bit, they inflate it full of styrofoam and air. They cover it with what they call flavored crust on the outside. So you can get, garlic butter, butter cheese, all kinds of fun stuff, jalapeno, all that fun stuff on the outside of the crust. And that's to cover up for the fact that their pizza sucks absolute ass. There's no cheese on it. The toppings are fucking scarce. If you ask for extra toppings, they're going to stab you in the heart for asking for anything extra. Hungry Howie's can suck my ass too. They don't make anything worth a damn. The only reason that they stay in town and in business is because they offer 3 pizzas for $20, whatever the hell it is. It is terrible. It is terrible. It is easily the worst pizza in town. You could go to Little Caesars right now and buy one of their pizzas that's been sitting in the back of the rack, not even on a heater for the last 3 hours, and it'll taste better than anything out of Hungry Howie's. They're garbage. That being said, Hungry Howie's wings, calzones, and pizza cookie, actually pretty good.
Everything other than the pizza they find successful, I guess. Their Cajun bread I've had before too, and that's pretty good. Their bread's all right, but Little Caesar, I can't go there. Little Caesars is just disgusting. Like this one, the new one they put up was good for about a week, and then it just like reverted to what they know, and that is leaving their pizzas on the counter and just leaving them for the rats or whatever else is in there, and maybe they'll hand it out to you within like the last 15 minutes of you sitting in the drive-thru for 55 minutes.
Ugh. Well, that's also a true story. Newman found a fingernail in his pizza from Little Caesars like a year ago, and he's never eaten there since. So take that with what you will. Oh, that's right. Well, technically, you found it with your mouth. That's 100% a true story. Newman texted me immediately to let me know that he bit into a fingernail that was in Little Caesars pizza. Oh, God. That is terrible. That is absolutely awful. Oh, God. Listen, if y'all want to send prayers to Newman, you go ahead. If you want to, listen, here's the best way you can send a prayer to Newman. You can subscribe to my channel. All money.
The shameless plug. I love it. That's how we do business here.
You can buy some nice merch. All merch will go towards my bank account, and then that in turn, when I have more money, I can make Cody laugh when I'm in a better mood.
So this needs to be said. When we have an annual hunting trip that we go on every October. My dad and his brother have been doing it for 36 years this year.
Yep.
We've invited myself and Jose and a couple other friends in our group. And again, this is our friend Poudet. We called him Poodles earlier in the podcast, but I forgot it has a French.
Oh, Roar Metal, thank you for the subscription, man. Much appreciated.
Hey.
Thank you. Oh, for Newman. Listen,
for Newman. I love it.
When that Twitch check comes in, I'll make sure to split that with Newman. I'll give him that $250. Don't you worry.
So Poudet walks out one morning, and he's got the Sriracha Flash shirt with the emote right on the pocket area there. And they lost their mind. Is that Jose on your shirt? Yeah, it is. Oh, we gotta get some. So expect a massive influx of
listen, I'm all
shirts
about it.
coming in soon.
I will send them. I will send them the link so they can also get the shirts. Oh, that's awesome. That makes me very happy. Oh, thank you guys. I mean, I love the crew up there. I'm happy that Poudet wore the shirt. That dude, as soon, like the very first time that he was like, "Do you have merchandise?" I was like, "I sure do." He immediately was like, "Well, I'm gonna buy something," and he bought the shirt and he bought a sticker. So shout outs to him, and also shout outs to Roar Metal.
Still had the sticker on his phone case.
Does he still have the sticker on his phone case? Awesome.
It's pretty faded, but yeah, she's there.
Much appreciated. And shout outs to Roar Metal for buying a mug. Y'all are the best. Thank you. And shout outs also to RF Hacker in the chat, who bought one of the shirts that has me and Abigail on it. So that was super cool to see. I appreciated that quite a bit. Oh, whoops. Not this button. I pressed the wrong button. Merch. There we go. I got to pull up this shirt. Because this is the shirt that Poudet owns. View page info. Media. Image. Back. No, not that.
I'm super disappointed to say I don't own a shirt yet.
Well, listen, there's always time. There's always opportunity, young man.
That day's coming.
Listen, Newman's going to buy a shirt one day. Not to keep engorging myself on my own product here. But there it is. Okay, boom. There you go. There's the shirt for anyone that's watching that Poudet owns. Oh, what a quality shirt. That one, listen. Whoa.
Listen, Opal gets it.
Yeah, Opal understands.
See,
Opal's so excited.
You see the reaction she had to that shirt? Imagine a bunch of 50-year-old dudes doing that to that shirt. That'll happen. You walk into the department store, you're going to have people lining up to find out who is on your shirt. And you know what you say? Sriracha Flash on Twitch. Subscribe.
Oh, wait, hold on. That's the wrong one. I sent the wrong thing. That's not what I meant to send. I meant to send this one? Yeah, this one right here. There. Listen, I would love to be able to send people... Well, yeah, there's merch, but then there's also this one. That is a separate store. So the Streamlabs store has the better quality version of the shirt that I just put on screen. The one that's on Teespring has like a smaller version of the face. So there's that. Remember that. Teespring is for the small face. Streamlabs is for the big face. And the Streamlabs also has like a really nice hoodie. Yeah, Hacker bought a shirt for his wife and himself. Alright, hold on. So Nightbot uses the wrong slashes in my Twitter link? Oh, no way. God damn it, Nightbot, you piece of shit.
Garbage.
Oh, alright. So hold on. Now I have to show the sweet RF hacker footage. It does use the wrong backslashes. Wow, Nightbot. Congratulations on being absolutely terrible. My God. My bots, all they do is they don't work with links and they ban people. Here we go. Look at this man. Hold on. First, that's his face. First, that's the man's face. Look at this.
Oh, baby.
Look at this.
Look at that mustache.
Look at these quality like ads that I did not type that out. I copied that directly from Twitch's website and then put it there. So that's why that's typed wrong. Look at this. Look at this handsome man in this handsome Sriracha Flash t-shirt. I'm telling you, if he wasn't taken by Kim, she would have competition from me and everyone else that's in the chat right now. You bunch of thirsty perverts. Man.
In preparation for today's guest appearance on the show, I definitely, when I got back to the office and was doing office work, I listened to the RF Hacker episode of the podcast.
Okay. You got yourself.
Just because I feel like that was the best possible way to psych me up for being a guest on here.
Absolutely. You got to listen to the man, the myth, the legend, RF Hacker. Talk about hacking into GM cars. If y'all missed that episode, that's another great one.
Must watch.
Yeah, definite must watch. Listen, I have not stolen a car yet, Hacker. But now that I know how to download a car, I have a response to that old infomercial that's like, you wouldn't download a car. I absolutely would. I
think it needs to be said that in no way, shape, or form are we supporting the idea of stealing a car.
We don't advocate...
Despite what's in the chat right now.
Yeah, we don't advocate stealing a car or downloading a car. We're just saying...
but if you can do it, do it.
Yeah, we're just saying that like, if you know how to do it, that's pretty cool that you know how to do it. Oh, man. All right, Brian, I think we're at like an hour and a half mark now. I think we got to skedaddle out of here.
All right.
But this has been great. We talked for like 45 minutes about the FGC. These last 45 minutes have been about football and God knows everything else. Hacker says
so we had FGC, we had MMOs, we had cooking tips, we had stealing cars, we had pizza debate.
A little bit of everything. A little bit of everything for the everyman. This is the true form of some random. Started slow, finished hot. I think we did just right. It's a nice slow burn into the nice stuff. Oh, baby. All right, guys. Well, if you want to find Brian on the internet, Brian, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter, which is probably the follow to do, at Brian, BRYAN, _JESKE. That is at BRYAN, _JESKE. And it's in the chat.
Woo!
Because you guys are animals.
Absolutely.
You can follow me on Twitch at NCM_Buford and watch me silently stream World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it's always silent.
You might see a Mr. Clean cosplay in the near future here.
Oh yeah, you might finally have to turn your mic on for that one.
The Walter White cosplay. It's amazing though the opportunity that comes once you accept the fact that you're bald. And then you can find me on Instagram at just Brian Jeske, all one word.
Excellent.
So I feel like you gotta plug where you're heading after this. Get people
I
to stick
absolutely
around
will.
here.
So after this, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to cut this short. I'm going to stop broadcasting for about 20 minutes. But I'm going to be playing in the Reddit SF or RSF. God damn it, R Street Fighter online local. There we go at 8 o'clock. And I usually stream that, so I'll probably be back for that one. But we'll actually be sending to those guys for the pre-show for a little bit here when we raid them. But if you want to find me on the internet, you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sriracha Flash. So all that fun stuff, if y'all want to find me there, you can. But that being said, I have been Sriracha Flash. This has been Buford. And we will see you guys on the flip side. Thanks for joining. We're going to go raid our Street Fighter right now.
Later!
Oh my god, so loud. Why would you do that to the fans?
Sorry.
Oh my god in heaven. I hope. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Jesus, good googly moogly. Alright, I love you too, Raw Metal. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Thank you for everything. Send me those recipes, you sons of bitches.